How do, as we say up here in Yorkshire, or hey up. This is another one of my latest acquirements, and sadly what you're seeing here is the bare shell of what it would have been in its original life. This that you'll see before you was a Aiwa Stereo 600 or CS 600 if the model number is correct, if I'm right. Portable radio cassette recorder, boombox, ghetto blaster box, whatever you want to call them, as they did in the old days. Unfortunately, although I paid very little for this one compared to what they normally sell for, which is big numbers, I've got what I've paid for, basically, being that we have the tone knob missing. The handle's got more of a bow in it than an archer's bow. Or should I say there's more bow in that than an arch? Oh, you get what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm trying to make a joke, and I'm never good at them, especially when I'm tired. And the only thing that works on it is the radio. The tape deck is melted belts, and I am sick to the back teeth today of having black. Can't see it much now. I have even had to. Can't see where I'm at. That's just a tiny bit. My other hand, if I swap. That is nothing compared to what I've had on my hands, right? My hands were black with the tar off that, and it goes everywhere, all over it, all over me, all over me bed here, and oh, it's been a nightmare. And the other part of the problem with it was the deck stayed on. And the only thing I've done in there is gone in there and I've faffed a little bit with obviously the main flywheel, which has released it and it's turned the motor off. However, in doing so, as soon as I go to put the front case back on, if you catch one of those logic buttons on the front, it sets it back off again. So I've then got to do it again. Literally 8 times it took to get that front on without setting the deck off, okay? And I have come close, people who know me with history of these things, I have come close today, you who know me, to smashing this one to smithereens. And because it didn't cost that much, I wouldn't have been bothered. Well, it didn't cost £1, let's put it that way, but it didn't cost 150 what eBay claims they're worth, which I don't think they are, but it isn't, okay? And now, before I play a bit of the radio, to add insult to injury, I found this yesterday when I bought it as well. Hold on. Bearing in mind I'm doing it handheld. Of course it won't do with the leading, will it? No. So let's try it this way, look. Look inside that line-in thing there, if it'll zoom in. I know it'll clear. Look at that. And no, that is not a plastic cord RCA broken jack. That is metal all the way. I've tried the heated pin, red hot pin into it, trying to extract it. It won't. That is a solid bit of metal the whole way through. So to add insult to injury, that's in there. So I can't use the bloody line in on it even, which is a real pain in the arse. Now, let's just flip it back. So you might say to yourself, what does he like about it? Why has he bought it? It's obviously in very rough condition. It's obviously not the best of its example, and my phone's gone wappy. Just a minute, my phone's on space dust. Bear with it while it just clarifies. It ain't gonna do. We've got a ghost in the machine. Bear with me, I'll just clean it with my finger like that. Very unprofessional, I know, I'm sorry. Oh, there we go all of a sudden. Right, so you can see I'm on a bit of a downer today. Bought this, thought it was cheap for the price, and I've got what I've paid for, to be fair with you. Not entirely satisfied with it, but, you know, I'd rather pay what I paid for this than go out and spend 150 on one that, frankly, I'm afraid just, they're not worth it. I'm sorry, I don't care what people say. Right, let's switch it on. Now, before I do switch it on, this machine does have an ingenious circuit here in it, which is this button here. I'll turn it off for a minute. It says DSL. Now, what that stood for, as it says in big writing there, dynamic super loudness. Without it, it sounds pretty rubbish. But when I switch this on in a minute and you hear it, you will hear the difference. Okay? So, we'll switch it on just with one thing there.
They lived in that might have influenced how they react to things.
Yeah, so we do.
Crank the volume
the biggest question we always ask is, to what extent can you hold someone responsible from the 19th century for stuff that's happened?
Did you hear that?
Today?
Future episodes in this series, Russ will focus on Henry VIII, Hitchcock.
Lovely sound.
I think these.
See what I mean?
That's it.
It's got shortwave. I'm not going along the band. Medium wave still needs a bit more of a clean. And long wave, they all work. It's just still a bit dirty. But get back along here again.
With the bleach, we only deal with
so
the
there we
deceased
go,
for
then.
legal reasons.
Yes.
So,
Are you going
so you get the
be,
idea with that. These, when they're working and they're in good fettle, as you can probably hear from that alone, are very decent radios, ghetto blasters. Okay, I have seen one in the past in full fettle, full working order, and they are amazing. Unfortunately, with this particular one, I've got the runt of the litter, as it were. I can't do it with the decks. I've not got the belts, and even if I did, it's going to take a year to wade through all that black crap that's in there to get all cleaned off, because it's on everything. It's melted on everything. As I say, even on my hands when I went in there to sort the deck out, you know, stop it from running. Anyway, enough whittling on. I hope people are keeping well in this current situation that's going on. Still hope things are going on well. I've got more stuff to come in the near future. I will be doing a video on that over there. Once I get it all cleaned up physically, inside and outside, needs switch cleaning stuff. That's my Rad 18 Fidelity. I'll be doing a proper video on it. I know I did it briefly the other day. We're going to do a full length video. I've got lots of stuff to show still. Some you've seen, some you don't, some you haven't, should I say. Got a modern record player down there. But that's the focus of today's attention. I mean, if anybody has got any tips on what to do to try and get that metal core out without breaking it any more than it already is broken, this thing, if you can give me advice, please do. Please, you know, leave a comment or what have you. Otherwise, I'll leave that in your good attention. Thanks for watching, and catch you on the next one.